Hey, it's Shawn here. And on my last Start Strong Monday, I posted my plan for December. The post was how to eat, drink, and be merry and drop 10 pounds by the new year. I know it sounds like a stretch, but once you read it, you get it's a pretty cool plan. So when I posted that thing, I started getting literally thousands of requests for, well, give me a little bit more detail. Tell me about the plan. Tell me how you're doing. In response to those requests, I put this little video together. It's actually a PowerPoint I turned into a video. So here you go. Real quick, down and dirty. You got 3.5 minutes. I'll give it to you. How to drop 10 pounds by the New Year's Day while indulging in the holidays. And I call it my freedom plan. First of all, it's about metabolic overcompensation. What is metabolic overcompensation? Well, it's a really cool term for how to keep your metabolism cranking and overcompensating by varying your food intake from day to day. So what happens is when a person diets for a long period of time, or even really not that long, the metabolism begins to slow down. When it slows down, you start burning less fat and eating less, and it's a vicious cycle of eating less, burning less, eating less, burning less. So the concept of varying your food intake is to have some big splurge days. That's kind of what the kick of the free day has been in Body for Life and even Strength for Life for years. So by varying your food intake, you crank it up, and then you overshoot that metabolism boost that you get from overeating. What I'm doing, and I'll show you how I integrate it into the month of December here in just a second. It's also known by many as the zigzag method, which you can see where that name comes from. So if you've heard that term, that's where it comes from. This is the way the 650-pound virgin, this guy David Smith on the right, the way he ate for about 2 years to drop 410 pounds. And really seeing the story really revived my application of this, because I hadn't really been thinking about it. I thought, well, what am I going to do in December? And I saw this, I said, perfect. And it's really what John Benson teaches in the Every Other Day diet. So on Start Strong Monday, you'll see a link to that if you want to learn more about the Every Other Day diet. John's got a pretty cool plan there, and he's a smart guy. So what I've got for December are 3 types of days: an Indulge Day, a low-carb, low-calorie day, which is a cut-down day, and a baseline day. Indulge days are 120 to 130% of baseline. And I'm not going to track that hard for December, because I'm really isolating how I manage my events and when and where I go overboard. So it's, usually that's the baseline. Low carb, low calorie days are about 60% intake. So, whatever your baseline calorie requirements for the day, and I'm not meaning to count it overly hard, but it's good to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to say 60%. I'm going to cut carbs, no simple sugars, and really just about veggies is about the only carb intake I have that day. And then my baseline days, which are 100% of my required intake. So the first thing you'll want to do, this is how you put it together to make it work for you. Step 1 is set your Indulge days. Here's your calendar for December. It's time to get on it. It's Thursday the 3rd, so we got to get on. Well, first I set my Indulge days. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's the max number I want you to set. You can set 5, you can set 3, you can set 2. I chose to go with the max, 7, and that really works out perfect for me. A little bit more about what my Indulge day is going to be. It's kind of like a baseline day up until I have an event. I'm thinking of most things as afternoon, evening events, so it's not like I'm going to start in the morning with 5 cinnamon rolls or something. I start my day with full strength because that's my metabolic kicker. It really turns on, balances my insulin, gets me going all day. It's like, gives me that kind of insulin control momentum out of the morning. Then I have a mid-morning snack, whatever that choice is, whether I'm almonds and apple or fruit, just normal stuff. A nice balanced lunch. So I've got my Tokyo Joe's chicken bowl over here with my full strength start in my picture. And then it's shoot the moon, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to track it. I'm not going to feel guilty about it. That's the great thing about having it. It's like variable free days. I'm planning most things in the evening. I'm just going to, it's basically go crazy. Step number 2, this is your low carb, low calorie days. Plan them. What I'm doing is following each Indulge day with 2 low carb, low calorie days. So it's 48 hours of cut down. And then I've got a couple of variables I threw in here for good measure because I wanted to get 10 days. So if it's one day, I follow Indulge day number 1 with 2 days. Then I go to Indulge day 2 and 3, which are back to back, and I still follow it with 2 days. I don't follow it with 4 days. So 2 days, add those to your calendar. That's step number 2. A low calorie, low carb day is really about having no refined sugars and no refined carbs. Only carbs I want you having are what comes from vegetables. I use full strength, so I've got a good carb source in there, beta-glucan-rich rolled oats, and insulin and energy balancing, so I'll use that to start my day. On low-carb, low-calorie days, I'm going to double up on my full strength. So I'll have one in the afternoon, chicken salad, probably like in the picture here, which is a Nico salad. And then like a salmon broccoli dinner, that type of thing in the perfect world, meat and veggies for dinner. That should come in around, 60% is going to put me in about 1,600 calories a day. But, so if I have 2 full strengths, that's about 600 calories, and that leaves me about 900 calories for the other 2 meals. Easy to do with the carbs out of there. Like my little comment over here said, no, Tokyo Joe's isn't the only place I eat. It just happens to be the best, of course, besides home. Step number 3, add your baseline day. So any day that's not a low day or an indulge day becomes a baseline day. Baseline days are just the perfect snapshot of your perfect day. I put my excerpt out of the Strength for Life book over here to show you what that 3+2 plan kind of looks like. That's 3 balanced meals, 2 strong snacks. Make it a carb sensitive day, not a carb careful day, but don't have a bunch of sugars, a bunch of junk, no more than 2 or 3 gallons of Gatorade. That's kind of how I kind of try to limit it. Just kidding. Stay on the light side and no late night snacks, because you're trying to run a pretty strict food intake on your baseline days. So the idea again is you've got your indulge days, you've got your low or cut down days, then your baseline days keeps your body from overreacting. So you don't shut it down, you don't go on another indulge, you go back to baseline for a few days, and then you come back into an indulge day, and then you're back into the low carb, low calorie day. So there's my map. That is December for me. Easy to follow, easy way to get your metabolism cranking and cut it down. So in summary, plan your indulge days. Step 1, maximum 7 days. Step 2, follow each with 2 days, 48 hours of low carb days. I've got a 10 total low carb, low calorie days. Step 3, all remaining days are baseline. So I've got 14 other days which are baseline days. The benefits of metabolic overcompensation are, 1, you'll actually enjoy the foods you do eat more. And you won't be seeking to create a new food high every time you indulge. You'll eat less even when you eat more, and you'll be burning fat when you're not taking it in. I mean, great benefits there. And I got to get my plug in here for full strength, my nutrition shake, and by far the best nutrition shake in the world. Actually, like I tell people, it's not so much a nutrition shake as it is a hormonal regulating system, because the way it balances your insulin, stabilizes your energy, and gets you that kind of insulin and blood sugar control momentum to start your day and keep you going strong all day long. Is excellent source of nutrition and balance and control during the holidays. I don't think there's a better time to put yourself in a position of control and strength than during the holidays. So, give it a shot. If you haven't tried one yet, you can take the 2-week trial at 14strong.com, or go to Full Strength, order a box, order a sample. I'd invite you to give it a try. I would really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I look forward to seeing you in the new year and connecting with you and I, both 10 pounds lighter, feeling stronger and energized, and hitting the ground running in the new year. Have an amazing holiday, and I'll see you on Start Strong Monday. Monday.